Daddy's back.
Yo, 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 what's poppin'? All my peeps, the Desire host with the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back once again in the Yard of Streams for another edition of the Raw Rewind presented to you by Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. And it's not just me, Patty P, here in the Yard of Streams. I am joined, as always, by the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's poppin', girl?
Hey, yo.
Hello.
Hey, what's
Hello.
going on? How we doing?
It's going.
How we doing on this fine ass Tuesday? Is it hot as hell? What's that temperature looking like?
It is 107.
Yikes.
It looks like it's going to be staying between 107 and 109 for the next 10 days, which is good because one day next week said 112 earlier today.
That's like,
but this, you know what's
double
crazy
digits.
is like, I know that sounds outrageous and I'm not trying to say like, oh, 107 is nothing. No, it's hot. However, this has been like one of the most mild summers that I think I've ever experienced since living here. Because at this point, it's supposed to be like 112, 115. Like we are supposed to be hovering around 120 and we're not. So I'm thankful, as the Marshawn Lynch would say. I'm thankful.
We're thankful. That's not too hot. Get you outside. I went outside today. It was
that. Are you kidding?
Well, I had to.
No, I'm saying me. I'm not.
If you wanted to, walk outside and not just walk from room to room, totally get it. I went outside for a little bit, wanted to leave work, and I plopped my ass in the AC. It's too hot. I'm so tired.
Yeah, I know.
And I had to catch up on Raw because I woke up from the chair last night and Bronson Reed just has a sneaker.
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to bed. We'll rewatch this tomorrow. Like type of thing. And then rewatch the whole thing. And honestly, not a bad show.
I was actually kind of mad at myself because I watched Raw by myself because yesterday was my sister's birthday. So like they had gone out for dinner.
Okay. Because I posted on her wall.
Yeah. So they were out to eat. And so I was watching Raw by myself. And so it was like almost the main event time. And I was like, all right, it's just going to be Jey Uso, like whatever, And I was like, Roman will come out. I don't really care. So like I turned it off because I was like, I just want to go upstairs. I just want to chill, whatever. And then of course I see this like whole thing and obviously we're going to talk about it, but I'm like, I would miss this. Like I figured it was just going to be, okay, here we go. Roman and Jey, yay, So I was really disappointed when I saw like everyone freaking out about what happened. I was like,
I knew it was something like that was going to happen once Braun took center stage and hyping up Bronson Reed. I knew something was going to boom at the end of the show. So
yeah, I should have known.
Nice, it's nice to see that. I like to see what's going on.
Also, I want to ask the chat because so many people had things to say. I mean, obviously my background is going to get a little bit better, but how do we like the new background?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
It's nothing special. It's literally me sitting against a wall and this is the back. But I mean, I guess it's a little bit better than just a blank wall because some of you guys would complain about.
Some people did, which I thought was weird.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't permanent. It's just that I got a brand new bed. I got a king size bed, so I had to move my room around. I might make this wall, like I might turn around eventually to have like a wrestling wall behind me, but we'll see.
We'll see where we go.
Right now it only has action figures on the wall, so
update it. Don't worry, we got our third host, Gunther here, the Ring General.
I think I'm gonna get another Gunther figure so I can hang him on the wall also.
Are you going to get a camera for him too? Because apparently AI thinks that
the Gunther cam. You know how people have cat cams? We should have the Gunther cam.
The Gunther cam. Give us your most stern, stoic impression.
They're coming out with a new action figure for Gunther. Actually, I think you can pre-order it on Ringside Collectibles, and he has the world heavyweight title. So I feel like I need to
As he should.
pre-order it. I think it comes out like in October. I'm like, I need that.
Okay. Is Gunther now interferes in my Nonsense Wrestling Federation match? Sarah, guess who he's
Feuding.
feuding. Thank you. Feuding with right now.
Is it a random person like
No,
Nonsense?
no, it's a legit. No. Like I asked this because it actually we should see this down the line. Like you would want to see this.
I would want to see this.
You would want to see this.
Drew?
No, but thinking that same stance,
Famous.
like no, you're still there with meaty men.
Rusev.
Yeah, it's still meat. There's still meat.
Bronson Reed.
There it is. Wouldn't you like to see that?
Yes, which would be very interesting given their current dynamics. So
yeah, I think that would be a nice little feud.
Yeah.
Right in between like a SummerSlam and Survivor Series, or like, after WrestleMania building up to SummerSlam, like that'd be a really good feud for them. But
maybe we will see it.
That's why we fantasy book on the Nonsense Wrestling Federation. Little updates. Give a full update on Thursday, but the mini update, because we just had the pay-per-view Money in the Bank. We have our Money in the Bank winners. Bronson Reed was not one of them. Gunther is still champion. Sarah, the Money in the Bank winners are China. China is the Money in the Bank holder for the women's. And KO, my boy, my dog, Kevin Owens, is the men's Money in the Bank holder. I fucking hope he cashes in on Damian Priest, because Damian Priest was unfortunately successful in his defense against The Undertaker at Money in the Bank. I would like to see one of my other guys get it, so. But yeah, enough nonsense. Let's take it to the peeps in the chat. Sophia went to training camp on Saturday. Hope you had a fun time.
Jelly.
I'm a little jelly too.
I've never been, so.
It's so fun. It's so good.
I would lose my mind when a Vrabel comes up to everybody afterwards. It's like signing autographs. I would be like, you do not understand.
You'd go frozen.
12-year-old me is freaking out right now.
Going back to Charlie, Sarah needs to take this heat.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it.
Yeah. Jay's here. What's up? Bernard, you just had a birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. When
to
was
you.
Your birthday, Bernard? I didn't even say it. I'm sorry.
I think it was yesterday.
You know what it is? It's because of my internet issues.
I know. No, that does take you away from that.
I wasn't even getting like people, and it's still happening, and I don't know why, but like I will get responses or whatever on Twitter, and I'm not getting notified. Like I'll be like, oh, I posted this tweet and no one said anything. That's kind of surprising. And then I go and I look and it's got like 12 likes and 3 responses, and I'm like, why am I not getting told?
Yeah, that's a telltale sign.
It's annoying.
Sophia likes my haircut. Thank you. We went short hair. This time. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We still wear the hat though, but I look better with short hair, especially with a skinny face. Sup, David? It is hot as balls right now. Hot as balls. Ladarius saying, what's up? Give me more Bronson Reed.
Also, I need to message you back, Ladarius. Part of it is because of my internet issues. But I will message you back when I'm done streaming about your podcast this week. Just reminding myself also.
Ladarius, if you want more big Bronson Reed, you could be one of the subscribers that gets the Nonsense Wrestling Federation streamed once again, where I can commentate on the action, and I can mute Michael Cole and Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, and then we can have Sarah join in once I figure out that stuff. Because like, how hilarious would it be if I was just commentating Nonsense Wrestling like that? Like right now, Stitch is coming to the ring to face Braun Breaker. All right, like come on, that's what you want to see. That's what we want to see. You didn't even have your headphones in.
Sorry. It's because it's all twisted and it's annoying me, and it's still twisted. But whatever.
You just missed me commentating Stitch coming to the ring to take on Braun Breaker. So,
my bad.
I mean, that's what they could be checking out. in the Nonsense Wrestling Federation. It was yesterday. So Sarah, Bernard, and
Oh, you have the same birthday as my sister.
that's pretty cray.
Happy birthday. Happy
It's
belated. I'm sorry I
insane
missed it.
in the membrane.
Yeah, I didn't get my internet back until like 5:15, 5:20 last night. So I missed a lot of the beginning of Raw, unfortunately. But I didn't have it for 2 days.
That's why you catch up.
Yeah.
We do.
But
anyway, talking Raw. Yeah,
since I'm talking about the beginning of Raw. So we had Jey Uso come out, and before he could say anything, Paul Heyman came out, and they had this long-winded exchange, which eventually led to Jey Uso dropping an F-bomb. And because you know at the end he's like, "Fuck that, let's run this shit back."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was talking with emotion.
Yeah.
You with emotion.
So the main thing, like, because I mean, I don't feel like this didn't really do anything for me per se. I feel like this was more so of trying to get people a little bit more bought into their SummerSlam match that's coming up on Saturday, which is currently a part of a debate of what is going to be the main event of night 1 of SummerSlam. I don't want to get into that right now because I honestly think there's no reason for it to not be the World Heavyweight title, but so I don't want to debate it. However, this felt like an attempt to try and justify if the tag matches made the main event, because it felt like they were trying to get you more emotionally invested in this. Because if we're being honest, this is the first match that Roman is going to have since Mania. So, like, I get why people are going to be interested in that. I get why they're going to be interested in him teaming up with Jey Uso. But this beef with the Bronsons is not that deep. Like, it's just not, compared to Roman's beef with Seth, right? Or like with Paul Heyman. And Seth is not involved in this. And of course, neither is Paul Heyman in regards to being in the match.
Physical.
So
yes.
This felt like they were trying to like add some more layers to that match. And if they make it the main event, it's like, oh, well.
See, I didn't see it like that.
I
felt like they were making it the main event for Raw. Like, that's why the back and forth between Paul and Jay kicking off the show, or kicked off the show. I mean, that's how I viewed it. That, okay, they set up the main event where Jay's going to take on one of them. And, it's going to be Bronson Reed.
Didn't they already announce that, though, beforehand? Didn't we already know he was facing Bronson Reed?
Yeah, but I'm saying that signaling that that's the main event.
Oh, got it. I thought you meant that they hadn't announced it yet.
No. Like, that's going to be the main event. The 8 women tag will be the match heading into the hour. Yeah, like the hour, whatever. I didn't see it like that. And, as much as I'm trying to look for it should main event SummerSlam because, or, I can see because, like, no, I'm really on your side. Not even kind of. I'm on your side that the title match, the World Heavyweight title match, should main event night 1. And if it's not going to be that, why not have the women's title main event?
Well, because the issue that I have,
that's my big issue.
Well, the issue that I have is I immediately go back to, like, we could even just go back to Evolution, which was just a couple weeks ago, right? And there was an argument that a lot of people were having about what should main event. There were a lot of people, including myself, beforehand felt like the women's intercontinental match should have been the main event because there was so much more story to that than there was with Rhea and Io. And the main, I guess, like, argument that people had against that was, oh no, you can't have a mid-card title main event. Like, it always has to be the top title. Okay, so if that's the case, then shouldn't that go the same for the men? So that would mean that the World Heavyweight title should be main eventing, not a tag team match that has nothing else happening. There's no point of this match happening other than getting Roman back on TV, getting him in a match, and continuing or picking up the feud that he had that kind of kicked off at Mania. So it's like, nothing can come from this match. There's not going to be any cash in. There's not going to be any, like, oh my god.
There's no pay, like, immediate payoff, we'll say.
And the thing is why not have this open?
Oh,
that's a good match to open. I don't, because to me, it's like, if you're going to argue this, anybody saying like, there's so many people that are saying it shouldn't main event and it's only because of Gunther. But I'm like, guys, then you're saying that Punk isn't good enough to main event.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that
you're
doesn't make sense.
yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. They haven't said definitively that the tag matches is main eventing. I do think they need to be careful though, because I think they have 3 or 4 tag matches on night 1.
They loaded the card
Yeah.
with the tag match on night 1. You pointed that out to me.
Yeah. So I don't
Which
know.
I will say that if you're going to load a night with tag matches, it should be the first one.
Well, but then they have like
I don't hate-
almost every title match on night 2. So I don't know.
Well,
It just
but I
seems
like that though, because then that makes night 2 feel important. Like it gives.
But shouldn't they both be important?
Not really.
I don't know. I feel like they should, because it's not a balanced card. I don't know. But we'll have to see what they say. Nathaniel says that Roman doesn't need the win. I kind of feel like they might win, but I don't think he should, because as we know, Roman is likely leaving after SummerSlam because he's supposed to be filming a movie. And it's said to be taking place in Australia. So to me, it seems kind of pointless to have him win this match only to then leave. It's the same thing with Cody. Like, I think the only way that Cody probably wins is if he's then successfully cashed in on, which I'm not sure that even happens. And then they write him off TV. Like, I just don't know how Roman wins this match and then is gone again for however long. Because then it was like, what was the point of you being here? You know? But based off what we saw on Raw, it's hard to believe that he is losing. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure, but I guess adds a little bit of excitement to night 1 of SummerSlam, since this is the first 2-night SummerSlam.
First ever 2-night SummerSlam event.
Crazy. And then we get into the first match of the night, which was kind of fun. That's the only reason I'm like, I want to talk about this, because AJ Styles teamed up with the Kabuki Warriors and took on Judgment Day. And I think this match went a lot better than it sounded like it was going to when they first announced it, because it felt so random, because obviously the only connection that AJ has with the Kabuki Warriors is that he's beefing with Dom and they're beefing with Raquel and Roxanne. So
it felt like New Japan.
Yeah, it was like,
it felt like New Japan taking on WWE. New Japan gets a win. Love it.
It was just meant to be a fun match. And I think it was like, again, you know, the dynamic between AJ and Dom was really fun to watch. Definitely added more to their IC title match for Sunday. Raquel looked great. Roxanne still, you know, Roxanne is Roxanne. Kyrie had that really cool moment where she dove or jumped over the top rope.
Sorry, that was my favorite part of the entire night, match. Excuse me.
I really like that AJ was involved in that, because it very easily could have just been, you know, Kyrie and Asuka, but I like that they did that, because it felt like they actually had planned things rather than this match just being thrown together, you know?
Oh yeah, no, it was awesome, and it was a great way to build both their matches of AJ and Dom, and then Judgment Day versus Charlotte and Alexa. For SummerSlam, you know, like you're interested now. Is there a little turmoil in Judgment Day? You know, could they lose on Sunday to the Alliance of Conveniency, Allies of Conveniency? Which is my favorite name.
I also do think that this basically solidified that Dom is retaining, but I think that's the right move.
1000% is the right move.
He's got it. I mean, AJ needs to do something, so I'm not saying that he shouldn't win the title, but I do think that, I mean, you heard the AAA reaction to Dom.
Oh my God, Sarah, that you might have little teaser for Rosebud's Lemons, because holy shit, that was.
I made a TikTok about that, and I had so many people coming for me because they did not understand what I was saying. Well, because I said I was saying that it was, you know, an incredible reaction. And I said, I don't think anybody was expecting that. I was like, not that I'm saying you thought he was going to get booed in Mexico, but like the excitement over Dom has significantly died down since he won the IC title at Mania, because that reaction he got at Mania was crazy. but they haven't been able to utilize him, or they haven't recently, especially because he was injured. So I wasn't expecting for him to get, like I said in the TikTok, a Stone Cold level reaction.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
By a WWE superstar?
Yeah. That's
in a rival
crazy.
company?
Beating up their talent. like I don't know. People were like, why wouldn't he get that reaction? I'm like, what? I'm not doubting it. I even say I'm a Daddy Dom fan, so I'm not saying anything bad.
Are Daddy Dom fans here.
It's just people just want to find issues with anything, you know?
Oh, they do.
They took an issue with a El Grande Americano match or TikTok I made as well. So
because those people stink.
Yeah, they do. And then I just want to fangirl a little bit because my guy, I'm sorry, but Grayson Waller.
Yeah, what's up with this new obsession?
This is not new.
Okay. To me, it's new because there have been others ahead of him, and I think it would be TV time. I'm gonna throw the TV time excuse out there because we really haven't seen Grayson Waller on television unless you have VPN or no ads Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So to me this is recent, but he's looking pretty good.
He's looking.
Not gonna lie.
I was like, okay, Grayson, what are you doing? When I saw, I was like, Grayson, what are you doing back there? And then I know I was like, wow, you look great. So that was exciting for him. Clearly he's been working out. And he said that part of the reason why he is in the best shape of his life is because he dropped 220 pounds of dead weight. And I was like, that is really a rude way to refer to Austin Theory. I really hope that, whatever they're trying to do with Grayson Waller will inevitably lead to something involving Austin Theory, because I really do hate the way that they just kind of announced this breakup. I still want to see the payoff of that. But this was Waller's first match in a couple months. I think they said the last match he had that we saw was against Sheamus. So that was cool. I don't really know what they're trying to do with him in the New Day, but we'll see. I think Theory is going to get involved some way, but we're just going to have to wait for that. But oh yeah, Ladarius says Grayson Waller and the New Day were dressed like a 90s R&B group. That is true. But Grayson also just like, oh, Grayson.
They were dressed like a 90s. I love how in the background of that interview, he goes like, oh, I'm gonna say something to Sheamus, and New Day just look confused.
They're like,
why? Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, what are you trying to do by going up to him?
Yeah. Calvin says
not there at the end.
He says, I'm highly disgusted with how they're doing Theory so dirty. Even now that he's on the shelf, we're really going to gush over Waller and push him and ditch Theory. I think, and the thing is first of all, I don't even know about him being injured. I don't know if that's legitimate because I haven't seen any reports about that. Because he was also just on Main Event recently again. So I'm not sure. I would like to believe that maybe the way that they're having Waller kind of just disregard Theory is going to be a part of a storyline. But I don't know. I don't really like it either because I think that this story had like a lot of potential. I think we talked about it last week when Waller initially said, oh, he's injured and we're A-Town Down Under is done. I want to see more from that because I do think I don't know. I don't like the way that they just broke this up. Like, it's not like A-Town Down Under were a really big deal right now, but they did win the tag titles at Mania 40. So it was like they were a big deal at one point. So it feels kind of,
and they still kind of are a big deal because that Raw tag division is putrid. So
yeah, I know. But anyway. Since it was the go home show of Raw, we did get to see Lyra Valkyria, and she talked about how she had her Becky stomping boots on.
Yeah, did you see a little dance she hit? A little Irish jig? Loved it.
Yes. Great. And she almost fell for Becky's tricks when Becky came out to attack her. She was under the ring, But actually, Lyra stood tall over Becky. Becky was running away. And so that obviously is just hyping up their match to remind us that they are having that match on Saturday. I think it's on Saturday, right? I think it's
What?
on Saturday.
I
I
think
think
their match is Saturday. No, I think their match is Sunday.
I don't know. But I think the bigger story here is we saw a backstage interview with Bailey. She was asked, like, how do you feel about losing your chance at the women's tag team titles? You also lost your chance to face Becky again for the IC title at SummerSlam. What is going on with you? What's next? And she really didn't have a whole lot to say, other than, she's really bummed about how she missed WrestleMania this year. Now she's bummed because she's missing SummerSlam. And it's the first time in her career where she doesn't know what to think, what to do, how to feel. And a lot of people were assuming this was just the foundation of something that she's going to do at SummerSlam. And I feel like if we're trying to think of immediate payoff for a promo like this, it does feel like, okay, she's going to get involved in this match somehow. I just don't know how she gets involved that doesn't stop Lyra winning, because I still feel like Lyra's winning. I
Yeah,
feel like,
no, this stipulation really puts a hinder on my prediction. So.
Yeah, it feels like it has to. And then it's like, are we going to just get Becky going after her immediately after that? Like, is she going to turn heel, which a lot of people actually don't want to see? Because there was a lot of people talking about it, obviously, after this. And a lot of people don't want her to turn heel because they love her as a babyface. And I get it. The same thing has been said about Sami Zayn. But I do think that sometimes a character can limit somebody. And I feel like Bailey could be getting into that spot where her continuing to just be, like Bailey, it's kind of limiting what she can do, because she's not going to feud with Becky when Becky's a heel. She's not going to feud with Lyra if Lyra's going to continue as a babyface. And she's definitely not in the women's title picture right now. So, like, is she just going to be there? And I feel like Bailey deserves more than just being there. You know what I mean?
I feel like we're going to see some shaking up with Bailey. This doesn't feel like an immediate payoff with this. It feels like something that's just beginning with Bailey. Like, yeah, you miss Mania, you're gonna miss SummerSlam. Like, what is next for Bailey? And then we're gonna go into what's next for Bailey. It might be some just throwaway feud, but just to get her doing something, and it'll get her into the world title picture. I feel like that's where Bailey needs to be. She's earned that right to just be in the world title picture whenever she needs to or wants to be. Doesn't need a number one contenders match. Like, think of the feuds that she could have right now. Naomi, they were best friends, but then Naomi went a little cuckoo. Io Sky is a little cuckoo with this, but she still has, she has some history with Bailey from Damage Control. And then Rhea and Bailey would just slap.
Yeah.
That match would just slap.
Yeah.
All right. So
true. That is true. And if she stays babyface, that makes that easier.
exactly.
The bad guy says heel Bailey beats Lyra for the title down the road. I think that is possible if they turn her again, if they feel like she's kind of just stagnant. Because I feel like that's not even just a babyface thing. I think when there are characters who are heels that also get stagnant. It's like they just don't have anything else to do. They have no one else to work with, or they have no real reason to still be a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, we need to see the hero arc from them. And sometimes it's just like, okay, it's time. Like, we need something. And I think that the interesting part with Bailey turning heel is I think it would be another situation where she would be justified in how she feels, because of everything that has happened, because she was taken out and missed Mania, because she didn't get to win the tag titles, because she didn't get a real chance at the IC title. Like, there are things that would make it difficult almost to root against her. It also just depends, I think, on what they view for Lyra moving forward, because a heel Bailey could also benefit pushing Lyra. It just depends on if that's what they want to do, or if they want Lyra to like move on and they want Bailey to move on.
Mhm.
You know, and it might be time for that to happen because they've been intertwined in this since Mania.
They
It's
got to move
now,
on from each other. I agree with
yeah,
that. They
yeah,
got to move on from each other.
yeah. I mean, it's almost August, so
Mhm.
moving on to Sami Zayn and
Really
Karrion Kross has
interesting.
been made official for SummerSlam, which got a mixed reaction online. And it just goes back to, I don't understand this hate for Karrion Kross. Like, I really don't understand it. So I was like, I'm not going to get into it again, but I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
It's just people, they just want to hate on something like that organically got like the IWC wanted Cross for so long. We wanted to see him on television. Now we're getting him on television. Now they don't want to see him. It's more like
It
it's what
also just
you want,
feels
what you
like
can't have.
it feels like a sheep mentality where it's like um or people trying to act like they're smarter than everybody because it's like, oh well, Karrion Kross
Smarts.
isn't even that good, and so I want to be one of the people that's like, see, he was never good. I've told you he was never good. Why
Yeah,
do you want to see him? And it's like, all right, it's like it's just not that serious. Like,
it's okay.
but anyway, Sammy had a pre-taped interview and Karrion crashes it and is like, you know, I really want to beat your ass right now, but then I realized if I did that, you wouldn't make it to SummerSlam, and I want to make sure that I can beat your ass at SummerSlam. He then presents him, is it a bat? No, pipe. A pipe.
Steel
And
pipe, steel
yes,
wrap pipe.
and it's straight out of 2K. And
It really is.
uh he gives it to Sammy and he's just basically like, I just want you to admit or show us who you really are. And Sammy's like, I'm not a bad guy. I don't know what else to do to convince you that I'm not a bad guy. And he says, I'm going to beat you at SummerSlam and then we're going to be done. And when I do that, I need you to admit that you were wrong about me. And I don't know. I mean, like, I'm interested in this, but I feel like it's kind of derailed a little bit just because I feel like they could have done more with this than what they have recently. But I did see somebody on TikTok who had I didn't watch the whole thing, but his guess about this match is um, that I don't know who he said was going to win, but he thought that Karrion would like turn babyface, that he would
Okay.
realize like he was wrong or that like Sammy was the truth or whatever, or that like not everybody is bad. And I was like, I don't
Hmm.
really know how that benefits Karrion though.
No, it doesn't. And I don't see that at all the case.
Yeah.
It's more seems like whether Karrion wins or loses, Sami Zayn is going to admit that Karrion is right, and that's where we'll see, the change come from it. I would like to see. This is my own little fantasy booking here.
Okay.
The Righteous, Vincent, and I don't know the other guy's name, but they were in Ring of Honor. They
Mm-hmm.
have been loosely connected to Karrion Kross, and their rumors are that they are WWE bound.
Okay.
So
See,
bringing them in to back up Cross,
I'm a
and
little
they're
questionable
big
about that.
enough. They're big enough where they don't need Cross to elevate them, like the Authors of Pain did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I would like to see that. I could absolutely see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That'd be
I think the
awesome.
only reason I question it is just that I feel like the group dynamic with the Final Testament didn't really work well, and Karrion has been doing better without them. So I just question like pairing him up again in a group and like
Okay.
what that would
Yeah.
mean. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that I just wonder. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The bad guy says have Cross win and Sammy turn heel and admits Cross is right and joins him. I I don't hate that simply because I feel like Sammy's boring. um and I don't love this underdog story that they keep doing with Sammy when Sammy is not an underdog. Like he's just not an underdog. Like he's literally main evented
I
WrestleMania.
mean,
He
he
literally won
is
the
for.
IC title against Gunther, who was the longest reigning IC champion ever. Like what are we talking about? Because he's never
He's
won a
an
world.
underdog. Yes, because he's an underdog for a world
But like
championship.
even then though, they would have put him in the gauntlet match if he didn't have a, you know what I mean? Like, so how much of an underdog are you, bro? Like, I don't know. I'm not into it. We've already seen it with the Gunther story. Like, to me, that, like, you're not, I don't know. We don't need to see this whole story again about you being an underdog. It's just not a thing. Like,
You don't want to see it. You're
no, I'm
done
not
with it.
interested. And I get it. Sammy is another one that I understand why they would maybe question making him heel, because he is so over.
Oh,
Just
he's
like
so lovable.
yeah. So like I get why they might not want to. You know what I wouldn't hate either though is what if they pull like a Daniel Bryan with the Wyatt family, where like
Or
Sammy
the
does
double
it.
agent.
Yeah, that would be kind of.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how they
I
would
get
do
it.
it, but it's kind of interesting because like people would be like, "Oh my god," but he would be like the ultimate baby
It's
face when he
more
like
interesting.
turns on them.
Yeah. It's more interesting than just having Sammy defeat Cross and be
Yeah,
like,
because then
great,
what
good
happens?
wins. Like,
Yeah.
no, you have to think like long term. And like,
Yeah.
Karrion also made the point during his interaction with Sammy that everyone he has come across in WWE has had to face the darker truth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong.
No, no,
Canon. It's
literally
canon
going back to when he first was rehired.
with Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was Rey Mysterio
No,
before.
he first was against Drew.
Oh, it was Drew first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and Ray after that. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's tomato potato. So
Yeah.
yeah, and Ray didn't turn heel, but the darker side of the truth was facing his son at
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania and giving him an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to do that, but did.
Yeah, he had to face the fact that he's a bum ass dad.
He's a deadbeat dad. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Eddie would
Mm-hmm.
never.
Eddie would never.
Eddie would never.
Then we were treated with an 8 women's tag, which was the Secret Hervis and Naomi
This was
versus Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, and Rhea Ripley. And I kind of understand where they were going with this, but I also feel like this was just a way to get a lot of these girls on Raw and to get some of these girls on Raw in a fun match that are not going to be at SummerSlam. I feel like that was the only reason for this match, because Stephanie is not on SummerSlam, Nikki's not on SummerSlam, the Secret Hervis is not on SummerSlam. Like,
no, it was a go home show. Yeah, they were
yeah,
loading it. They were
yeah.
loading it.
I think obviously they're also trying to like build up Stephanie before Clash in Paris, because she will be having a match with Naomi, or yes, with Naomi.
Mm-hmm. Or the winner, Sarah, the winner of the
whatever.
triple threat. Whatever.
And then there was, they kind of teased Stephanie and Nikki versus the Secret Hervis, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that, which I think that's fine, because I feel like that match didn't mean anything. You were only going to do it to have Nikki and Stephanie basically at SummerSlam. That would be like the only reason. So I mean, yeah, this match was fun, but I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than that.
No, yeah, I don't either. This was a wicked fun match to watch. It got us hyped for SummerSlam, and we got some fun spots out of it. Did you see the reaction by Rhea, Io, and Stephanie when Piper Niven hit Nikki Bella with an elbow drop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
It's become a reaction gif already, right?
It definitely has. I've seen some already. Like that. When I'm just thinking about this match, like you're gonna have the IWC going, what was the point? Where's the story? Like sometimes, guys, you just need to have a match for the live crowd.
Well,
and this match was for the live crowd. It loosely connected with SummerSlam and opponents and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, this was just a fun match that had a lot of star power in it, that highlighted the women's division in a great light, I might add.
I like that they were able to feature Piper and Alba, because I think that a lot of people overlook them, and they're both really good. I think especially Alba, because obviously they released Isla, and then I think people just overlook Piper just in general. So I like when they are able to be featured in matches because it reminds people like, no, this women's division is great from top to bottom. It's just not just the girls that you see every week, you know, like in a match or whatever, or the girls that are cheered for the most. It's not just them. Like, no, these girls can go. And so it was fun to be able to see them. And I'm sorry, I love the Secret Hervis. I think that's such a brilliant thing. Like what they're doing is so
They're
good.
so good.
Like they're standing there like saluting as the other girls are coming out. They're wearing suits as they wrestle.
Wrestling in the suits is unbelievable.
Dedication, because imagine how uncomfortable that is.
I didn't ask them when we met
I know.
them.
They are so sweet. Oh my god. I was like, I can never hate them. Never.
You can't.
Ever. Piper and Alba forever, because they were so sweet. Do we see Stephanie winning in Paris? I am so conflicted about this, honestly.
I could see it.
It's like, yes, because I believe they want to like strap the rocket to Stephanie, but I also find it hard to believe that they would take the title off of Naomi already. Like that's the part that I'm like not sure about. Because of just how monumental it was for her to win the Money in the Bank and then for her to successfully cash in the way that she did. And I don't think that Stephanie needs to win her first women's title match. So that's why I'm so conflicted. I really think that we need to see what happens after SummerSlam, because I assume Naomi's retaining.
Exactly.
I don't think they're doing a title change.
No, like,
but I would have to see the build up between the two. You know,
I agree. I totally agree that I want to see what happens after SummerSlam, because yes, I could obviously see Stephanie Vekar winning, but what happens during the triple threat match? Like, is it an obvious win? Is there more of a loose ends with Io and Rhea, type of thing?
Yeah.
Is Naomi like? I want to see what goes on. I want to watch. I want to let it play out.
And I feel like Naomi is doing such good work right now.
Oh, some of the best of her career.
I know. So it'll almost be a shame to take the title off of her because she's so funny right now. Like she's such a good heel, but she's so entertaining. So that's why I'm like, I know that they want to push Stephanie, but like, does she need to be world champion right now? Not necessarily. It's like she's not going anywhere. The hype isn't dying down. And Naomi deserves to be in the spot that she's in. So it's like, I don't know. It'll, like I said, we'll have to see, because I think we might get more of a hint, based on like how they go about building this feud between them.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got a banger tag match between Finn Balor and JD McDaddy versus the LWO. And I don't know. I don't care. I was so excited about this match because Judgment Day drool. Judgment Day drool. I love them. I'm obsessed. I remember when we posted a clip and I was about Judgment Day and I called him Finn Balor and somebody commented and they were like, it's Balor, and I was like, I know, I'm saying he's my bae. Like,
yeah, like guys, get the fandom through your head. I love Finn Balor. Okay?
I love Finn Balor and JD McDaddy. Get it right,
guys.
Gosh. Also, yesterday was it yesterday or Sunday was Finn's 44th birthday, and he looks like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Sarah. I looked at his body when watching and just got really sad a little bit, because how does a human body look like that?
I got depressed because he's married. That's
I wouldn't. That's not why I'm depressed looking at
I know, but I looked at his body and I was like, oh man. Another lady gets that.
Just chiseled. It's like,
and I'm telling you, it's genetic, because that dude has been ripped like that since he was a teenager. It's just genetic.
Oh, if it's genetic, then I'm fucked.
I know, same. But this was a really fun match. I am glad that the men's tag team division on Raw is being featured a little bit more. And I mean, they're definitely having the Judgment Day defend the titles more.
Which is
which I think is exactly what they needed to do if they were going to put the titles back on them, because obviously they're competing with a stacked division on SmackDown. And I think that the LWO are a really good team. Like, that they're not going to win, but they're going to blow your face off with what they do in a match. So so good. So this was fun. Obviously, Judgment Day got some help to retain. Don't know if it was necessarily meant to be help for the Judgment Day to retain, but it worked. And I think the biggest takeaway from this is that El Grande Americano helped. First of all, can we talk about the freaking craziness that El Grande Americano got in AAA last week? Like,
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that for Thursday, but holy hell.
I think we need to
Right,
talk
Sarah?
about something. Okay. So we know that Ludwig Kaiser is El Grande Americano. Okay.
Correct.
He can speak Spanish. That is definitely working in his favor.
Oh yeah, no, he speaks of muy bien.
Yes. So he got super over in AAA. There were people there with signs for El Grande Americano. Okay. There were signs for him. He then started singing a song and the entire arena sang with him. Then there were countless videos of him after the show, just like out with fans, singing more. Like, this
Yeah,
dude
he's
is
half-assed
doing
over.
he's doing El Grande Americano better than Chad Gable, okay? And part of it is because he can speak Spanish. I really think that's part of it. And
Yeah.
now we're having a discussion online.
Yeah.
Did Chad Gable lose El Grande Americano?
I don't know if he lost it, but if he has to come back, he's not going to be the liked one. I'll tell you that. I don't know what it is, but Ludwig as Grande has an aura about him, I think.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even know what it is, because obviously the ability to, be bilingual, trilingual, quadringual, we talked about it. He speaks multiple languages. So like the fact that he can speak Spanish is definitely a huge plus for him, because that was not something that Chad Gable could do. So that definitely gives the character, I think, a little bit more credibility. I think people are also, this was something that somebody said to me on TikTok. People seem to be more open in accepting a German pretending to be American, pretending to be a Mexican. Like, they seem more open to that than just an American pretending to be a Mexican. So I think that works. But I think that there's like a little bit of a sense of urgency from Kaiser to really like hit a home run with this character, because I mean, he wasn't being used as Ludwig Kaiser. So it's like, okay, if he's going to be put into this situation, I'm going to make the best of it as much as possible. Did you
Hold on, I'm doing something. Keep going.
Okay. And so he is trying to, I don't know, like really put it over and have the best time ever. So I think that that's definitely showing. And I'm not saying that Gable was bad. Obviously he's not.
No,
but
it's not. That's not the
he
point.
was on TV every single week anyway. It wasn't just like the way that Kaiser was only being in the back, or he was kind of, I think he hadn't really been on TV since Mania, like when they were teasing him being in the IC title match. So I think that is definitely like this big difference. And I really do think that whenever Gable is able to come back, we might get, similar to Sin Cara versus Faux Cara, we might get like El Grande versus El Grande, and whoever wins, like,
well, The Undertaker once fought The Undertaker at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so
we've seen crazier shit.
I think Kaiser is going to remain El Grande.
Who is this? All right. This is why I brought up, this is why I freaked you out. But I want to, like, Sarah, this picture came up, perfect timing. By looking at this photo right now, who are your guesses?
I don't have any guesses other than what people were saying, and they believe it's Pete Dunne.
Fuck. I was looking at his lips, and I that's what I was thinking too.
That's what everybody was basically saying. They thought Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I mean, if you look in the bottom right corner,
and he cut his hair, so like you're not going to see an obvious ponytail. While I don't love that, similar to like not loving it for Ludwig, because I feel like Ludwig and Pete are both good enough on their own that they don't need to be thrown into this. If it is Pete, I'm all for it if they're going to start using him and letting him shine on TV. It's like, if this is the way that they're going to feature him on Raw moving forward, then I'm going to buy into it, because at least he's like getting,
he's on TV.
Yeah, he's in a match and we know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So like I'll buy into it for that reason. I
Mhm.
am interested to see like how they go about this though, because he's definitely not El Grande Americano. He's not trying to be El Grande Americano, but he's definitely trying to be a luchador. So it's like, how is this connected? Or why are we gonna, or is it gonna just be like underutilized talent being like, I'm gonna wear a mask and I'm gonna pretend to be a luchador because then they'll put me on TV? Like, is that what it is? Or
Is
what?
that how I get my screen time? Is that how I
Yeah.
get my screen time, Paul?
Yeah. So that's the thing is like, I don't know. I don't know. Richard says that it's Pete. Uh, he's not tiny. He's a short guy. So,
He's just not tall. It's
yeah.
okay
But
to
that's
not
the
be
thing.
tall,
Neither is Chad
guys.
Gable.
It's
I
it's
mean,
okay.
Ludwig Kaiser is very
Yeah.
obviously
All right, guys.
him
Like,
right now.
you
So
know, it's okay to not be tall.
this would
Okay?
be
Some of us
incredible.
weren't graced with being over 6 feet tall. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
This would also be great. El Grande and Gunther.
Oh my god, that would be
Gunther's gonna be
so
like, "What the
fun.
fuck is happening to you? What has happened to you?" I agree with Richard here. He shouldn't want it back because I don't think he can do it better. I mean, obviously, there's still plenty of time. Like maybe El Grande dies down, but it looks like they're just trying to hype it up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like if you are, um, uh, if you are watching from home and you're seeing the success of El Grande with you not being El Grande, I don't know how he comes back and is like, yeah, I want this back.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only way you can do it is if it kind of makes it into like, who is the real El Grande
Which I'm
Americano?
for. I would love that.
Well, like, I mean, and how many times have we seen it before? You know, that's why I said even Sin Cara
Yeah.
versus Full Cara, like there was this whole thing. So, I think that would be
Undertaker versus
entertaining.
Undertaker at
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's a
So
real thing.
that feels inevitable at this point. Especially if they're going to add even more people to
I
it.
know.
I don't know. Speaking of Gunther though, um, he came out to address what happened last week with CM Punk, who really had nothing to say to Gunther after he came out. But this week, CM Punk was like, you're going to have nothing to say. And he just said, you know what? I don't want the world heavyweight title. And at first you're like, wait, what? And he's like, I need the world heavyweight title.
I need it.
Yes.
He
And I
needs
think that
it.
they definitely needed to do that because last week he was like, I can't promise a win, but I'll try my best. And it's like, okay, well, that's not really exciting. Like that, why is a CM Punk fan going to buy into it if it feels like you don't really care? So I think they needed Punk to come out and be like, okay, I really, really, really need this. So I think that definitely added some excitement to the match because otherwise it's like, people are only picking Punk to win because they want Punk to win. It wasn't because they actually thought he had a chance to win. But I
Mm-hmm.
think you might feel a little differently now. And he definitely hit Gunther with some jabs, being like, yeah, you're arrogant and you say that you're like the greatest, but you're not. I actually earned the title of being the best in the world because I am and I have been. You haven't yet. You haven't been around long enough. You've accomplished a lot, but that's nothing compared to my resume. Blah, blah, blah. And Gunther was left stunned. As
He
Punk
was
then just like
stunned.
threw himself out of the ring. Did you see that?
Yeah, he did the old school how to get out of the ring, like the
Crazy
Farouk
though.
way, where you go like, I'm not doing it. I don't
Yeah,
have the athleticism to
just
do it, but
insanity. I don't know that this really made me more excited for their match. I do think that it added a little bit of a, some intrigue because otherwise this really is just a dude that won a gauntlet match going against the champion. Like there wasn't anything else to it. So at least they've tried to add a little bit more spice to this match ahead of SummerSlam. But I am excited to see it because I feel like you can definitely tell that Punk respects Gunther, just like in real life. And I think that it's going to be fun to see them in a match together because the only other time they faced each other was at a house show. So I'm excited to see like what they can do together because their styles are not that different. Even if there is
no,
like
they're both no,
even though there's
they're
a
not.
strength discrepancy between them, they're not like too different where it's like, okay, what kind of match is this going to be? And they seem to have fun the first time. I mean, I think Punk put him over actually.
Oh yeah, no, he this whole feud has been Punk slowly putting him over.
Mm-hmm.
Like this has not been you're nothing and blah blah blah. Like all Punk is saying is I'm the best in the world, which he absolutely should be saying because that's his freaking catchphrase. But throughout this whole thing, he has not been burying Gunther. He's been hyping this up that this is going to be a clash of gladiators. So
and that's the thing is I think sometimes like it's okay to have a feud like that where you're not just constantly putting down your opponent, you know, especially when that opponent is one, the champion, but also somebody who isn't like untouchable, you know? So like, yeah, Gunther's the champion, but they're still chanting you tapped out to him. So he's clearly not untouchable where if you say he sucks and he's this and that, it's not going to hurt him. No, it will in the eyes of the fans, I mean. So I think that's a good way to go about it. And when you are a veteran of CM Punk's magnitude, I feel like him giving somebody his approval goes a much longer way than it would with somebody else, if that makes any sense. So him hyping up Gunther, it's like, actually, no, that's like a really good idea because it's showing there is some sort of respect on screen as well, even though a lot of fans think like Gunther sucks or whatever. But yeah. I agree. I do think that Gunther should win, especially because he's like his first real opponent as world heavyweight champion.
Like there's yeah.
I would say outside of Randy Orton, because I'm not trying to disregard Damian Priest, but like, but even the match with Randy, the only reason why they had that was because Gunther beat him at King of the Ring. So it wasn't even like, oh, this is a real feud. It was like, no, there was a controversial finish to the King of the Ring match. So they're like, let's do a rematch. So his match against Punk is the first like main event caliber guy that he's going against as world heavyweight champion. Yes.
Superstar.
So I do think that he needs to win. Because otherwise I don't know what they're doing with Gunther. I really don't.
No, they're making him into a superstar.
Like, yeah, they need to. The bad guy says the only way I see Punk winning is if Seth is actually cleared and cashes in on Punk and sticking it to him again. And even then, I don't want to see that though. Like, I'm just kind of.
I don't either.
I'm over Seth versus Punk. You know,
for like, a little bit. I'm over it for the time being. Like, yeah. let's explore other rivals.
Both of them, right? Like, it's not even like, oh, I just don't want to see it with Punk, or oh, Seth doesn't need Punk. It's like, no, I don't want to see it with either of them. Plus I also think that Seth cashes in on Cena or Cody. Or I'm sorry, Seth cashes in on Cena or Cody.
Yeah, that's my thought process.
Yeah, I don't think they're cashing in on Gunther.
No, that'd be bad for Gunther. That would help nobody.
Well, also they're both heels. So if you're trying to get Seth to be more over as a bad guy, cashing in on a bad guy who people actually don't like is not going to help him get booed. So I don't know. I'm not into it. And then we moved on to the main event, which was Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed, which, you know, it didn't really end, I think, I guess it ended in the way we thought it was going to, which was chaotic. And Braun Breaker needed to make his presence known, and we got to see the Bronsons shockingly take out Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, and I am so here for this. I was like,
this was awesome.
I think it's crazy because I saw the initial reaction from people, especially like I saw it was like Humble Wrestling was saying like, oh, I love how you can immediately tell when Roman actually likes a guy or respects a guy, and that's when he'll let him
just absolutely
like use him to get over. And to me, it's like kind of crazy to think that Roman is in a position where he can dictate that. Like, it's still like so crazy to me because I'm like, Roman, you got forced on everybody. Like, so who are you to be like
paying it back?
Well, but what I'm saying is he shouldn't be able to dictate whether he does it or not. It's not. That's what I mean, because I'm like, dude, they put you in matches with like the Undertaker. Like, you had no business going against the Undertaker when you did. But this was quite a statement. We had Braun Breaker even cut what people are calling a very similar promo to what Roman cut on Brock Lesnar in 2022, talking about like you see those people, they're barking for me. The camera guys, they work for me.
Yeah, he was doing the Roman.
Yes. And he completely annihilated Jey and Roman. Then Bronson went on to steal Roman's Jordans.
Yeah, well, do you know that Bronson Reed he's a what are they called? Not shoey. Sneakerhead. He's a sneakerhead.
Oh yeah, so that's kind of that. Somebody said too. I think it was Humble actually too, was saying how it would be funny if Bronson just kept stealing people's shoes.
Yeah, like once I found that, I was like, this is hilarious. That
The problem is most people wear boots, so like it's not
he's
the
not
same
stealing.
as stealing
Yeah,
shoes.
it is. Yeah,
Um,
it's a little different.
but anyway, so this definitely set up their tag match at SummerSlam, and I think it adds a little bit more mystery to what could happen, because I mean, if you look at it at face value and the way that things normally go, whoever stands tall are losing. However, because we believe that Roman is going to be leaving to film a movie, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for Roman and Jay to win.
No, it doesn't. Like, I want to see Braun. I want to see the Bronsons get pushed to the moon.
Mm-hmm. I know, and I hope that, like, I get it that Braun is younger and they believe like he could be the face of the company eventually. I just hope that they don't start favoring Braun over and like leaving Bronson behind. Like, I understand if you're like, oh, this guy's in his mid 30s, like whatever, we're not going to push him the same way as like a 26-year-old. But I just hope that they don't like forget about Bronson Reed, because I think he's really good too. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm excited. I'm excited about this match. I hope it doesn't main event. That's the main thing.
I just don't want to see a main event. I don't. Gunther deserves to have a main event.
I love how people say it's like CM Punk deserves it. Like, what do you mean only CM Punk?
He also does deserve it, though. I gotta give him credit there.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm saying when people say it's, CM Punk deserves it, as if Gunther doesn't. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, like, what about Gunther, guys?
That's what I say. I'm like, what about Gunther? Also, Richard says Braun feels like the leader now, but I wonder if they bring in a fourth member without Seth. It also depends. A lot of people,
plan B.
I know, which people were thinking it was going to be Ethan Page, but he retained over Ricky Saints.
Yeah,
so
he unveiled a new championship last week.
I know, which is still funny though, because it's just it's still North American. Like, I think that people forget that Canada is still part of North America.
Yeah, and if Dragon Lee or one of the luchadors won it, then it would still be the North American, and
yeah,
they could just
it's
put
just
green
Canadian
on
colors now. Like,
oh.
I thought that was funny. It was like supposed to be such a dig, and it's like, okay, like, all right, yeah, like, Canada's cool. In North America too, brother. But Nathaniel,
Gunther works harder than anyone.
Stop. Have you seen his like vlogs that he's been posting on his Instagram?
No. Oh, I saw one. It looks sick. I would love to hang out with Gunther.
I was dying. It was because he has a bus that was part of his new contract. So he travels by bus. And he had the match with Penta, who he had at the house show in Corpus Christi, who he had never had a match with. He had only tag teamed with Penta, which I thought that was interesting. But he caught a cold. So what I thought was funny is this video is him stopping at a Buc-ee's to get cold medicine. He's literally like in a black t-shirt and like basketball shorts and flip-flops. Can you imagine running into Gunther at Buc-ee's?
Gunther feels like me though right now. Like that, I would go to Buc-ee's and just get like cold medicine and a nice snack on the way.
It's so funny. I was like, I want to see more of this. It's like the video that you saw of him from that match with Penta where he's doing the walk. I'm like, can we see more of this Gunther on Raw? Because like, I think people would start to love him more. Richard says that he believes that Ricky is done in NXT. It's possible. I just don't know what they do. I don't know how they bring him up. I would just be more concerned about what they do with him, because like, look at how they're not doing anything with Carmelo Hayes.
He's being pushed for Drew McIntyre.
Well, now, but I'm saying like, I don't know. We'll see. Braun and the Bronsons would be a fun tag team. Oh, Braun and Reed would be a fun tag team. Give them the titles and then go on a run as unstoppable. That would be pretty cool. I guess they could do that on Raw.
Yeah, that would.
It would definitely heighten the division on Raw.
Yeah.
Nathaniel, I think you're trying to poke me, and I don't know how I feel
A little
about it.
bit. A little bit. A little
I
bit.
appreciate the banter, but you know. Um, but anyway, that was Raw.
That was Raw. All right. And we'll be back on Thursday to talk about NXT, AEW, TNA, anything else that pops into our wrestling brains. We will be back to talk about it. And yeah, follow us on all social media platforms. All right. Follow before you follow us personally. You got to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to know every time we go live and post new videos. Then, after you do that, you go and follow us on all social media platforms. On Twitter, Sarah is at SMarshXO, and I am at Patty Pitts on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow our TikTok, No Nights Off Show. Over 1,000 followers at this point, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. Go check us out. And then I'm going to put the link to a voicemail line that you can hit me up at to answer any other questions that you have about wrestling, WWE, AEW, or just my own fandom as well. Go check that out. Video that's recorded tomorrow. And episode will be dropping on Friday on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and YouTube. So go check that out. And Sarah, I really want to get at least 10 subscribers or 10 people, 5 people interested in the Nonsense Wrestling Federation. Do you know what the main event of my SmackDown is right now?
No.
Okay. It is The Undertaker versus Scooby-Doo.
Oh wow.
Okay. Like, why are they fighting? What is it for? And why is there a rivalry action attached to this match? Like, don't you want to tune into that? Don't you
Yes.
want to tune in? You absolutely want to tune in. Hit that subscribe button over on twitch.tv/nonsense sports network. That's all I got for you guys here. I'm going to go watch some TNA. Excuse me, not TNA. NXT, the TNA champion, Trick Williams, just popped on my screen. Scooby-Doo would win easily. That's like,
I
he
mean,
could. We don't know.
it's not Mania, so
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. But that's why you got to tune in or at least show interest. Sign a petition to get it streamed, hopefully. So thank you guys for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you can do it. All you got to do is try. See you